Hi guys, welcome to another Inkscape video tutorial in which we are going to learn how to work with radial gradients. In our previous video, we already have learned how we can work with the linear gradients. So if you want to change the linear gradient to the radial gradient, it's so easy. So for that, what I can do is I can just select my object and then I can go into the object and then fill and stroke. And then here you can see right now I am into the linear gradient, and if I want to change this to radial gradient, I can just click on here and then it's gonna be changed into the radial gradient, as you can see here. And look at that, what else I can do here? I can just play with the gradients, I can repeat it, I can change the intensity, I can add different kind of offsets. So first I would like to go back into the gradient tool, and here into the gradient you can see there is an option. What I can do is if I want to repeat the gradient or if I want to inverse the colors of the gradient, then I can just click on this and I want to reverse the direction of the gradient. So look at that, and this is what I like it. So note that here into the tools control, you can see there are buttons. So these tool control with the gradient tool won't allow you to change an existing gradient because this gradient is for the new gradients. Hi guys, sorry for distraction, but if you think my videos are helpful and if you are a serious Inkscape learner, then I'm gonna recommend you can go into the description of this video where you would find my course link where I have over 7 hours of Inkscape videos. In every video, I explain each and every individual tool with an example as well. Moreover, if you want to collaborate, if you have some kind of projects or assignment and you want to connect, feel free to contact me with my email, which is also given into the description. Thank you. Now with the radial gradients, you can see I have three different kind of nodes. The first one is square node and two are the circle nodes. And these two circular nodes they are connected with each other, although you can move them independently. For example, if I am gonna move it down by holding the control and drag it down and up, you can see it has an effect on the another circle node, as you can see. But what I want to do is I just want to press minus on my keyboard multiple times, and then I want to drag this node and I want to drag this out, and then I want to drag this a little bit down like this. In short, I want to finalize it as a sunset view. So there is another thing, like if I want to add different nodes on it, so that could also be dependent on one to another. For example, if I want to double click here, so you can see like double click and you can see this node is going to create it onto the other arm as well. And if I'm going to do or modify this node, then it's going to have effect exactly onto the other arm as well. Or if I'm going to just select it back and delete it, so the node from other arm is also gonna delete it at the same time. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna press plus multiple times to zoom it back. And then there is another interesting thing. If you want to create some kind of other shapes and give the same gradient to those new shapes or new object, you can still do that. For example, if I'm gonna go with the ellipse, I want to create an ellipse here. I'm gonna go into the fill and then I'm gonna click the radial gradient. So it's gonna apply the same radial gradient onto that object as well. I'm gonna press Ctrl Z to undo it. Okay, there is one more last interesting thing which I would like to share with you. So if you want to move the gradient with the object as well, for example, if I had applied this gradient to this object and if I want to move it, so do you want to move the gradient if you want to move the object or not? For that, first of all, I would like to press minus multiple times, and then I'm gonna go into the selector tool, and right now here into the tools control, you can see there is an option, this option which is move gradient. So if you want to move the gradient, if I'm gonna move the object, so right now I have selected this, I want to move the gradient. So you can see if I'm gonna move the object, the gradient is also gonna move. But if I'm gonna go back, I don't want this, so I'm just gonna turn it off. And then if I'm gonna move the object, you can see gradient is not gonna move in that way. So this was all about this video, and in this video what we have learned is how we can create multiple radial gradients and how we can play with the tools control into the tools command. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel where you are gonna find a lot of videos and tutorials. And if you are a serious learner, I am gonna highly recommend you can go into the description of this video and you can find my course link where I have over 5 hours of videos in which I have explained each and every tool in a very detailed video with an example as well. And if you have some projects or assignments or tasks, feel free to write me on my email, which is also given in the description. Thank you.